The year 2012 has been filled with numerous natural disasters and severe weather, which has tested the strength of the country. A drought beginning in the last spring ruined harvests and affected the food industry greatly. This drought was caused by a lack of snow, which leads to drier soils. The drier soils reduce crop yields, which have impacted most of the United States through food prices. The prices of meat and dairy products are also rising due to the increase of price of feed. The drought was not only a source of severe weather. Hurricanes pounded the East Coast again this year. Most notably, Hurricane Sandy swept the Northeast during late October. Hurricane season begins in May, and the number of hurricanes continues to rise above the mid-teens. This is a couple minutes. I would like to introduce Amelia, a specialist in geographic information science, who is here to help us understand the maps we see every day. The news often depicts the course of weather and its severity through maps. Can you please explain to the audience how they depict weather and what they mean?
Of course. To begin, I think it is best to describe two different kinds of maps that people see regularly. They are the Lambert conformal conic projection and cylindrical maps. The Lambert conformal conic projection allows for the angle to remain intact while other features are distorted. Cylindrical maps are the ones that you see most often in classrooms, which the perpendicular parallels of longitude and latitude are shown. There are also different types of maps that help to display the information clearly. One way to map categorical data is depicted on the map that tracks hurricanes. It exaggerates or simplifies the actual size of the path the hurricane took to allow for many paths to be drawn on the same map. Another example of a type of map is a choropleth map. The map showing the cattle areas experiencing drought depicts this. This map utilizes different colors and symbols to show the effect of the drought on the cattle areas, including the major versus minor risk areas. It is also important to notice the kinds of imaging that is used, raster versus vector. A raster image uses cells to depict the image, while the vector uses point location. The image of the Mississippi River during and before the flood utilizes vector imaging, which helps to show the extent of the change in the river height and size due to the drought. Lastly, geography helps us to track the hurricanes. The GIS tells us the location of the hurricane, which allows us to track its progress and alert communities of danger. It uses satellites to determine the location and then sends this information to a place on land where it can be processed.
Social media has become an important tool in tracking weather. Twitter can track which areas of the country are discussing different topics, thus showing as people describe their surroundings and the areas that have been affected the most. The maps of the Northeast depict how the extent of the discussion about this storm actually was. In conclusion, geographically and severe weather are indefinitely linked. Many maps help us illustrate the damage, path, and extent of these types of severe weather. As the number of storms increase, our society relevance on geography will continue to grow. It will allow us to prepare for severe weather and also to discern the effects of severe weather on our society. This has been A Couple Minutes. I'm Mike Buchkowski. Good night.